Alright, everybody. Today been a long day. Um, we've been here working on the system all day today. Um, I'm working on the head, the amplifiers, the turntable stuff like that. I'm working on the equipment part of it while Chin was repainting the boxes and so forth. But before I cut out, um, I have to continue upon a topic where I left on from where and I left now with volume and check and setting the levels. Now, there's lots of video out there talking about setting the levels. I want to make mine a little bit different. Kind of want, you know, make it more down to earth. Yeah. So this is my version of setting the levels them, and I feel like it starts from your laptop. So if you know a DJ out there, a pouchy, a sound without a equipment, you know one of the equipment too. Tag them in it. Enough big selector out there. Don't know how to properly set them levels. So that's one thing I never do. I'm gonna start do it right now. See?
Yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Action sound. Yeah. Whoa, yeah. Whoa. Desire to get to higher. Life, it's an open road. Desire to get to higher. Don't limit it, yeah. Desire to get to higher. Life, it's an open road. Life, it's a subject, ain't not an object, ain't full control.
Alright, so right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to my controller and we're going to talk about the levels on my controller, and then I'll give you guys a part two with the rest of the equipment. Alright, so to the controller we go. So for the purpose of not so you can hear me properly, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just keep the amps off. I turn off the conditioning because the fan them kind of loud and my mixer is dirty. Alright, so what I've done now is I'm gonna come to my controller alone. I got the rest of the sound turned off so you guys can hear me properly, right? And you guys see this a lot, but let me say I'm gonna do this a little bit different. Now, first of all, let me go on this controller. This controller I'm using is the SZ2, DDJ SZ2. In the back, there is no trim level in the back. All right, everything is controlled from up top up here. Okay, so you guys just saw me go through my laptop, right? All right, so now I'm gonna play a track on my computer. Rewind that track, and I got that track playing on my computer, as you guys can see. All right. Oh, it's going slow, so let me speed it up back. All right, see there. All right, if you look on my input level, see where my LED indicators are? Yeah. All right, so this is what we want to achieve, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I achieve it. Now, every mixer is different. They're not the same. So read your manual. Know what mixer you have. Read your manual. See? All right. For each line on your mixer, it goes like this. You have your gain. Sometimes it says trim. Like this one says trim. I don't know if you guys can see because I can hardly see it. But this one says trim. But sometimes it says gain on there. All right. Then you have an EQ system. You have your high, your mid, your low. So adjusts the frequency. This is your effects This is just for effects on this controller. And then you have your faders. Then you have your faders for that line. Now your input signal starts from up here and work its way down before it go to your output on this board, on this controller. Now your trim, yes, it's a volume control. Most people use it and turn it out. You ever see some people them turn it out? It's not. I don't recommend this. And if you read the manual is going to tell you that don't turn it out as well. It's not recommended to turn it out. All right. Find out where unity gain is on these things, and you're gonna set it. Now for the trim, it's a little bit different. How I set my volume is your trim uses voltage to increase the volume. And if you go back and watch one of my other videos, we talk about when you change certain settings that put more voltage on the input signal, you're gonna create more distortion. So the less trim you use is the clearer signal you're gonna have. The more trim you use is the more distorted the signal is gonna be. Just understand this, I'm telling you. The less trim that you use is the clearer your signal is gonna be. The more trim that you add to the signal is the more distorted it's gonna be. All right. Now, a lot of you guys turn your faders to a certain mark and leave it. You don't want it too high, so you just, but your faders are like, think of the trim as adding more voltage. Okay? Your faders don't do that. Your faders operate a little bit different. Think of your faders as a gate. The further down it is the tighter the gate is closed. The more up you go, is the wider the gate becomes. And the further higher you go with it, is the wider the gate. The wider the gate, the more signal comes through it. Use a water and a pipe situation. The more you turn the nozzle on the pipe, is the more water is going to come out. Well, the same thing goes for the fader. The more you open up the faders, the more signal is going to come through. That is how you control the volume with the fader. Your trim add voltage. Your fader doesn't. The manufacturer have certain recommendations for your faders, where to set your faders, where to set your trim. Read your manual and know where and what is what. So what you want to do on your faders, put your faders up to the maximum, as high as you could get them. All right. Put your faders at the maximum. Open the gate wide open. Just open up your gate wide open so the truck can go. A heavy size truck can go through it. That's all we're doing here. It's just opening up the gates. Now, once you play your audio signal, I'm gonna turn back on the track again and let it play. Use your trim to adjust your signal level. When you start, look at your LED indicators. When you start to see orange, what I do is I set my trim, and as soon as I start seeing orange, I dial it back till I see orange no more. Now, if you have one orange bar, that's okay. You can get away with it, because if you look right where the orange is, you zoom down to it, right where the orange is, it says 0, which is unity gain. All right. So, but what I do is I dial mine back just a little bit till I don't see the orange light anymore. Now that I'm now getting the maximum volume are at the recommended level where the manufacturer recommends that you set this mixer. And also, if you check my frequency control, my bands, they're all at 12 o'clock. All right? And 12 o'clock is 0. On this mixer, 12 o'clock is 0. So they're all at 12 o'clock. If I need to add or take away certain frequencies, then I could do that. But for the most part, it's always set at 12 o'clock. All right. So once again, the maximum green. And you adjust it with the trim. If you notice, look where my trim is. It what, 9 o'clock? Is that 9 o'clock? Somewhere. Yeah, it's at 9 o'clock. My trim is set at 9 o'clock. All right. Now what I would do is I go over to my output signals, and I want to do the same thing. I'll set my own my output levels as far back till I start seeing the yellow, and then I'll dial it back until the yellow disappears. All right. Usually that's at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock for me. But if you look on your output level, zero gain is right there. Zero gain is right there. If you look down here, it's at 0, and right here it's at 0. This is how you know your levels are right. Okay? But I like to keep mine at around 1 o'clock, and then sometimes I go to 2 o'clock, but I won't pass 2 o'clock. And then that will keep all my LEDs right here in the green, and all my LEDs right here in the green. Now that I got the controller set, the next step is where my next mixer that is down here in this rack. So let me all right, so here we are down here in my X32, which is in the rack. I'm gonna turn this on. It's gonna get a little louder because the fans in the back are very loud. So I'm gonna turn that on. Usually when you turn the X32 on, everything is muted. You have to literally go in there and adjust the levels back to where they're supposed to be. I am going to do that in another video. All right. I'm trying to keep the video short, so there's going to be a part 2 to this one. And part 2, I guess me will settle down and stop rush and just take my time and explain it properly. But I kind of rush through that one, yeah. I feel it. I feel some rush through that one, yeah, and stumble upon some parts of it, you know. So I'm gonna redo it slower, but I'm still gonna post this one because I've been wanting to start the volume control level thing. You understand? More time you go to a party and you have the pouch, them thing volume so loud, and then I ball out to the promoter or I ball out to the sound man to fix the sound, and sabotage. Some of them cry sabotage sometime, but not realizing that say for them levels not right and for them laptop. So if you know a pouchy, you know a selector, and you understand, tag him in this man. Tell him if you go watch that video, man. Tell him if you go analyze him library. Tell him if you go in and set him levels them properly. You understand? Alright, respect.
Yeah, yeah. Action sound. Yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa. Desire to get to higher life, it's an open road. Desire to get to higher, don't limit it, yeah. Desire to get to higher life, it's an open road. Life is a subject, ain't not an object, ain't full